Last question for you. You were speaking of malfeasance and the corruption of the government and this wasteful spending and everything. Why should Americans be paying taxes, seeing how this is what happens? Like, that's a genuine question and thought I go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, why am I paying my taxes
Right.
when I just see it go out the door to foreign wars and NGOs and all this stuff?
Yeah, well, the last thing you're going to hear me come on a podcast and say is don't pay your taxes, but be engaged in the process and be engaged. Make sure that we know what's the money's going to, and that's what we're doing with Doge. I'm about to go to a Doge committee hearing. We're working through this process and through oversight capabilities and everything that we need to do in appropriations. I mean, all the work of Congress is supposed to be getting in the details of this. And for far too long, we've let politicians measure their personal worth and the effectiveness of a department or a program by how much money we spend it, as if it was my personal checkbook. Where else do we get away with people like, oh, thank you so much, you gave someone else's money to someone else, and it's bestowed on them as an act of generosity? It's not. It's our job to manage someone else's money, to make sure we're turning a good ROI for that. And we got, thankfully, a lot has come to light in the last few months, and so there is good things happening. We do want to see things moving faster, of course, but if you get discouraged, just think where we were 4 months ago, and we are turning the ship a bit. I'm not making excuses by any means. We need to run harder and faster, but let's stay at it. Let's stay focused. Pay your taxes and work with us to make it as little as we can.
Sorry for putting you on the spot there and putting you through the grinder, but
I pay taxes too, so I get. I mean, it's to me unnerving, because what we've had from the elite is the managed decline of America, and on the backs of the American taxpayer. And they're working hard. It's not the elites who, when we embrace stupid energy policy, it's not the elites who are wondering how to make ends meet. It's the middle class who are, how do I put gas in my car now? I can't afford electric car. Just all the crazy stuff that's going on. And so really it's our job in Congress to remember who we're working for in all these policy issues, and making sure that it's not our personal charity bank. It's not even a question of whether this is a nice or a good thing to do. It's is this necessary? We're supposed to have a very limited framework as defined by the Constitution for what we do, and to leave everything else to the other institutions, families, organizations, and so everything we can to get back to that, to a very streamlined government is where we need to go. And to that point, I applaud the president for his budget. It's a great first step in again course correcting, which we desperately need.